Hello there guys, this is SwedishLandsKnekt and welcome to this 1 vs 1 online battle for Medieval 2 Total War Kingdoms. It is last man standing and I command the mighty empire of the Byzantine, or the Byzantine Empire, and I believe I am facing the Principality of Antioch, which is commanded by Pike and Shot, a great Total War player. And so yeah, the rules for this battle was, I believe, max 4 cavalry, I think, with actually max 4 cavalry, no artillery, no elephants, and no gun units, I think. And we had about 30,500 florins, something like that. So yeah. Anyways, let me show you my army. I have 2 units of Byzantine spearmen, decent spear units, capable of defending, themselves and other units from cavalry, stuff like that. And then I have 4 Byzantine God archers, which of course the best missile unit for the Byzantine Empire, and they're pretty good actually. They have good attack stats, both in missile and melee, so that means they can defend themselves in close combat. And then I have 1 unit of Trebizond archers, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, so that I have 5 missile units in total. My core infantry is consisting of 1 of these Pronian infantry, which have these mace which they're wielding. Pretty cool actually. I'm just gonna pause this real quick. And then I have the Varangian Guard, which is 1 of the elite units for the Byzantine Empire. Really good units. And then I have the Alamanoi. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that name right. And they are 200 units. Kind of look like the Zweihanders, which I believe they actually, or at least in the game, they have like Germans or German origin or something like that. Yeah. Anyways, I have four these dismounted Ladicons, which are pretty powerful, and then I have 2 of these Greek fire throwers, which kind of like Naftunes, except they're throwing fire at the enemy instead of pots. But they kind of like they're kind of like the same units in many ways, just because they can greatly reduce the enemy's morale and stuff like that. So I have 1 unit of Allen Light Cavalry, and they are great light cav, basically one of the best, or at least in the base game. I'm not really sure if they are that good in the Kingdom expansions. And then I have 3 heavy cav. The first one is of course the Cataphractoi, which are cataphracts, really good cavalry. And then these Archon Topilai, I think that's how you're supposed to pronounce the name, not really sure. And I think they're pretty much the same as the Cataphracts, except they're like the elite version of the Cataphracts. I could be wrong, but I'm not really sure. Great cav, anyways. And then of course my generous bodyguard. So that's my army. So let's take a look at the Principality of Antioch. You can see he has 4 hospitaller crossbowmen. Decent crossbow unit, very effective against heavily armored units. 2 hospitaller sergeants, which are like the standard spear units for this faction, I think. And then he has 2 of these Edessan guards, which look pretty awesome. They kind of look like the Dismounted Feudal Knights, except they're wielding these 2-handed axes, which are pretty useful and effective. And I believe these guys are actually, yeah, they're chalk infantry. And then he has like 3 of these Edessan squires, which are like, it says heavy infantry, but I always consider them to be like medium infantry or something like that. But they're pretty useful. And then he has like 2 of these 2-handed units, which can't really pronounce their name. The like Holy Sepulchre. Yeah, I'm probably mispronouncing that name, but they're pretty awesome. I think they're like the elite units for this faction. And then he has these Knights of Antioch, or dismounted Knights of Antioch. And his cav is consisting of 3 nice Hospitaller with some experience upgrades, and then of course a generous bodyguard. So that's his army. And you can see he has like the hill here, which gives him the terrain advantage, especially for his missile units, which will give them great range. And it will also make it a lot harder for me to actually be able to hit them with my missile units. So it is a great position he actually has right now. Right now I believe he's actually just shifting his position here with his missile units, and I'm just gonna try to capture this high ground over there, because otherwise if I head, you know, do a charge straight head on, I'll probably die. You know, it will be a suicidal charge basically. Yeah, anyways, right now he sends out like 2 of his cavalry. I'm not really sure why he did that. Maybe because he was trying to, like, because he's gonna stop right now, stop them from moving. I'm not really sure what happened there. I think he might have just sent them out just because he wanted to scare me or something like that, to make me pull back or something like that. But I decided to take the opportunity to do a cavalry strike with my light cav here, to try to reduce the numbers of these Knights Hospital, because these guys are really good cavalry, and I felt like I could lose a couple of guys here because these guys were kind of like expendable. Didn't really worry about too much about them taking too much damage. As long as I can do a lot of damage to this unit, the Knights Hospitaller, then it means that I have like severely weakened the cavalry force of the for the player here, Piking Shot. So that's all good. Now he's sending one of his Hospitaller Sergeant to go after my Byzantine Spearmen. I'm gonna pull him back a little bit up here, and then I'm gonna do a little bit like a charge downwards, which will be a great, you know, quite effective. Boom. So I'm gonna let you guys enjoy the little close-ups here. I'm also gonna send one of my Byzantine Spearmen here, the second unit, to basically, you know, just to support my guys here, and I believe that's going to rout them because of the pressure here. Yeah, it's gonna rout them, but they're not fully depleted yet, so that means he's gonna get these guys back later on when they return, you know, and he's gonna order them to go back up here and regroup with his troops. So I'm just gonna fast forward here, because right now we're just gonna exchange fire basically between our missile units. And of course my guys are gonna take some damage, but you know, it's okay. They're sort of like the meat shield basically, protecting my guys here, and my guys are doing pretty well actually, despite they actually don't have the terrain advantage, but they're doing pretty well, as I said. And they have like no upgrades. I think the Byzantine Guard Archers might have had some upgrades. I don't exactly remember how they look like when you actually give them upgrades, but they're doing pretty well. So I think soon he's going to actually send out a couple of his heavy infantry here. I'm not really sure why, because he's gonna do pretty much the same thing what he did with his cavalry. Basically they're just gonna go down here, and then they're gonna stop, and then they're gonna go up, and they're gonna go down again, back and forth. I will show you later on. But this gives me, of course, basically an opportunity to firing at these guys and weaken them severely, enough for me to actually take care of them later on with my infantry. So here you can see, of course, I'm firing at the back of these guys, which does actually a lot of damage, as you can see. And another volley. So there's a lot of corpses up here, and if you take a look down here, there isn't really that much. I mean, there are a couple of guys here. That's probably because of my yeah. That's a lot. Actually, that's a lot of my missile units. But you know, doing pretty well actually. Anyways, and here's going to do another sort of like charge, or at least it looks like he was going to do a charge, but then he decides to pull back again. And this time I'm going to move my cav. So the next time he is doing that again, basically I'm going to be able to charge at him. So here you can see my cavalry here, my elite cav, boom, and these guys are going to be down to 20, I believe. Yes, or 10 actually. And here I'm going to use my General's Bodyguard, do a nice cavalry charge, and boom, there we go. And of course my oh wait, that's my cataphracts. No, wait. No, that's my General's Bodyguard, sorry. So yeah, reduce these guys to like 15. So I've done a lot of damage, and now I'm gonna send my spearmen to basically keep these guys busy, occupied fighting, so they won't run away. And you can see that I've already been able to rout the Descent Guard, but then again they're only like down to 2, so it's understandable why they're routing. But yeah, pretty much just killing these guys. And my spearmen doing pretty well actually, because they're fighting against heavy infantry. But then again, the heavy infantry are pretty winded, they're tired, and they're kind of like depleted. So it's, and of course attacks from my cavalry, you know, of course make it a lot easier for me. So if you take a look at the bar here, I lost about 31%, and my opponent, Piking Shot, has lost about 42%. So it is going pretty well for me. It is in my favor right now. And I'm just going to fast forward here again, because it's going to take a while before we actually start fighting in melee combat again. Some of his guys came back though, so that's good for him, I guess. But you can see most of his guys are actually very tired and exhausted. And now he's going to, and of course I'll send up one of my Island Light Cav here to disrupt his missile units there. But they're going to rout because it's just too many infantry here. But yeah, you know, these guys are very tired right now, so this means it's going to be a lot easier for me to do an uphill charge, basically, which I'm going to do very soon here. Just going to reorganize my troops, basically. There we go. And I'm about to charge. So I'm going to charge right now with all my infantry. And I'm going to also use my Greek fire thrower, which are really going to be really useful in this battle. Let's see here. I believe that's my my elite cav there, attacking the General's Bodyguard, but they're going to be outclassed because, you know, General's Bodyguard are pretty powerful. Even if they don't really have enough heavy upgrades, they're really good cavalry. So my elite cav here is going to be totally destroyed here. Yeah, you can see they're routing. So over here we have a bit of cavalry fight here with my cataphracts and of course my General's Bodyguard dealing with these nice hospitaller. Now they have the numbers here, but they're kind of clustered up together, so they won't be able to actually be used as effectively. I'm also going to send a couple of my infantry to actually help my cavalry here, and he's also going to send one of his hospitaller sergeant to actually assist. But my guys are actually going to attack him from behind, so that will make it a lot easier for me to destroy these guys. Anyways, here you can see this the big fighting here, the melee fight, and I'm going to let you guys enjoy the close-ups. So you can see that at the background there, my guys, my Greek fire thrower are moving into position, and soon they will start using their fire thrower, I guess, and you know, start causing havoc. Oh, look at that! So yeah, that's going to do a lot of damage. And it's, you know, routing. These guys are routing right now, and I believe the red flashing is sort of like standing for panicking or something like that. I'm not really sure. Had this been elephants, it would be like amok, but I'm not really sure what it really means when it comes to infantry, because they're not really fighting to the death right now, and nor are they like going amok. So I'm guessing it's like panicking or something like that. I'm not really sure, but it's going pretty well for me. And here I'm doing another. You know, using my flamethrower, I mean my fire thrower, I guess. It's basically flamethrower, but it's very effectively. But it can also do a lot of damage to your own infantry, so I have to use them carefully, so I don't really get, so I don't kill my own troops, basically. But these guys, these two-handed units that my opponent has, are pretty. Like they're like persistent. They're still fighting to the death, basically. Even though they're outnumbered, I have pretty good morale and doing a bit of damage to my guys here. Over here, I am pretty much just trying to destroy the general unit, and of course one unit of dismounted knights of Antioch. Try to surround them with overwhelming numbers, basically. Here you can see I'm using my Greek fires again, and you can see this quite effectively. Like a couple of volleys of the flame fire thrower, and they're already routing, so it is really useful to have when you're playing as the Byzantines in the Kingdom expansion. So here you can see the Piker Shot does another charge here with his General's Bodyguard, this time uphill, so it's not really that effective. And my guys here are trying to attack these guys from the rear, and here comes a nice Hospitaller, but it seems like they were charging at their own general, so it didn't really do that much damage. But yeah, it's going very well for me. So if we take a look at this bar again, I lost about 80. No, I mean I lost about 64%, and he has lost 86%. And now they're gone, and I'm just gonna fast forward here, because right now we're just mopping up what's left, or I'm mopping up what's left. And I'm going to reorganize my troops here. And he's gonna do a final charge here with his cavalry. And boom! They are done.
Like the coward he is. Press onward and break the spirit of his... All of Christendom will be awed by...
So yeah, clear victory. It was a good game. I really enjoyed this battle. It was fun. I don't normally play the Kingdoms expansions or the Kingdom, you know, online battles because people tend to play the base game more often. So yeah, this was actually a lot of fun. Good game to pike and shot, of course. Let's see here. He deployed a little bit more than I had. I had like 1,000 men. He had 1,100. I lost about 564. He lost about 962. Men remaining 457. He had 139. I killed about 807. Captured 151. And he killed about 638 and captured 1. So let's take a look at the bad statistics here. My general's bodyguard managed to kill 116, so that's actually very good. My general did really well in this battle. My Architone Play, I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that right, managed to kill 54. That's a little bit above average, so I'm pretty happy with that. My Allen Light Cavalry didn't really do that well, like only killed 16, so I could have done probably better with that unit. Let's see, my Caliphrex killed 41, so that's like average. Not too good, not too bad. My Byzantine Spearmen didn't really do that well either. They killed like 8 or 22, but then again they were just used as a meat shield, so you know, I'm not really too worried about that, to be honest. And then we have the Byzantine Guard Archers. Managed to kill 30, that's not great. 35, that's like average, I suppose. 56, that's a little bit above average. And 111, that's really good actually, this unit. And then my Trebizond Archers managed to kill 91, so that's pretty good as well. My Greek Fire Thrower, let's see, 1, so that's not really that great, but I guess they managed to rout the units anyways, because, you know, they saw like instill fear into enemies. This one did actually very well, managed to kill 88, so that's a good performance there. Alamanoi killed 8, so that's not good. Pronian Infantry 21, that's not even average. Dismounted Laticons, let's see here, 22, 18, 14, that's like a little bit above, that's like average, I guess. And 16, so that's not good. My Varangian Guard, I thought they would be doing better, but they only killed like 13, so that's not really that great either. But yeah, so great game, good game to pike and shot. Hope you guys enjoyed this battle. Thank you guys for watching, and be sure to subscribe to Total War TV, and check out the other Total War YouTubers and stuff like that. So yeah, see you guys later. Take care and bye bye.